Welcome back to the Compound Podcast. This is episode 95.
Zack's birthday year.
Zack's birthday year. Zack, thank you for joining the podcast this week. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. I've been trying to get on for a few weeks now, and I'm just glad I'm back.
You know what I thought of the other day, though? To be fair, that me and Ian had both missed an episode before. I missed the J-Hay interview. Ian was gone for one, and just you and me did one. So that was the first one. It was your turn.
And Tom missed like 60.
Oh, Tom, unbelievable.
It's actually messed up, Tom.
Yeah, really, it was on me that I wasn't with you guys at the compound. Like, I should have known that I was going to get hired here.
But can we say that?
Right.
Look at the new place behind Tom right now. Look at the new digs.
Oh,
We actually recorded last week's here, but we couldn't talk about it because I had to get special dispensation just to do it. But now we can talk about it. So
we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Having the compound actually represented in the office is a big win for us. Huge.
Yeah. That was when I walked in, I was like, please have some compound stuff in here so I don't get yelled at anymore. And we had right front and center. You guys are on the top row of all the podcasts we have. So, and then Ian's all over the place, and we still want jerseys from everybody.
yeah.
Everybody
Ian had to pay to get his stuff in there, though.
That's true.
Yeah, seriously.
That's true. It's a good point. We have a very special guest this week.
We did it. We got a guest.
Frank the Tank. Yeah,
It
we got to
actually
get. See,
happened.
this thing with Tom text message thing's working. I don't know where I'm going to go for this next
One
person,
for one
but
on that.
Yeah. Exciting. Frank the Tank. He's on. So that's going to be a great interview. But I want to talk about something first. I played unbelievable golf today, guys.
Hang on. Did we say who we're presented by yet?
We're presented by Parse Rum. I love Parse. You love Parse.
Ian, or Zach, does anybody forget to say it more? I mean, he always does the intro, so I guess who else could forget? But that's why we're here.
It's like we've only done it for close to like, what was it? I would say probably close to 80 times now.
Yeah.
It's Parse is like my family. Like it's our family. Like Parse, it's like such a part of me that I just think everybody knows. Like it's
on the screen. Remember, we have a new design this week.
We have a new design on the. You're going to see it on the bottom thing. It's going to say presented by Parse. Thanks. Shout out to the design team for doing it.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it. So then they already know. They don't even have to have Ian say it.
I love.
Did you guys see the shirt I have? Obvious shirt sent me the shirt. Hang on.
Yeah, that was Donaldson got one.
Yeah.
That's from our Donaldson episode.
Ooh, also shout out Obvious Shirts. They're opening a store.
Yeah, that's so sick too.
Yeah, shout out Obvious. It's a great location, right up a block from Wrigley, and it's going to be awesome. It's
such a no-brainer for them too.
Yeah.
Right by. I mean, game days. That place is going to be nuts.
Very exciting.
I mean, I guess baseball game days like every day. So
very exciting things in the works at Obvious.
What'd you shoot today, Ian? Sorry, we cut you off about your golf.
Guys, I shot even par for the first time at my club. It's very difficult.
Zach, isn't that laughable? Even.
It's pretty fucking good.
I had to make a par on 18 to shoot 1 under. I made a bogey.
Why you count? Hey, we're not counting scores.
Yeah, that's bad.
Never do that on 17. It's a worse way to play.
Figure it out.
I mean, I knew where I was. I knew where I was the whole day.
I guess true. If you're shooting that well, you kind of know, like, oh, I've bogeyed one hole, I've birdied another. Yeah. Like I know. I was 2 under. I
was 2 under on the front. I bogeyed 10, and then I made all pars, and then I bogeyed 18. I was in.
What were you playing?
Was the game?
Yeah, I know you were playing golf.
We had 3 guys. So we didn't play anything on the front, and then we played 9-point on the back.
You walk away with any money or what?
Yeah, I made a few bucks.
Zach, you know what's crazy? Is you're better than Ian at golf now. Don't lie. You know you are.
I will say
golf.
Yesterday I was at the simulator. Bro.
Do you think you could compete on the Corn Ferry?
No, those guys are ridiculous.
Q school.
I don't know. You have to give us a while. Bro,
they're
so good. It's so disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
You're good too. If you focused on golf as much as you focus on hitting a baseball, oh my God.
Bro, yesterday
you'd
Maybe
be,
he would. Maybe he'd think about it a lot. Maybe we start to have some swing thoughts.
my club head speed yesterday on my driver was like anywhere from 183 to 187.
I'm just proud that you finally got new clubs
Yeah.
after years.
It's a cheat code, dude. It is cheating.
Wait,
Yeah.
can I keep
So
talking?
I don't know
about
why
my
you
round?
waited so long, because you're very good at golf and you go all the time.
You guys are sabotaging my talk about my great golf round today. so I'd
Sorry.
like to keep going.
Well, you choked
Okay.
it, and now I'm upset because you went into 18 and you.
I was in a tough
bogeyed.
spot. 18's a tough hole. I got a new putter from Benardi. They sent me a new putter.
I mean, how many
I
do you
was
have now?
so excited about it. I've been grinding. Finally had a good day in the greens. I hit 16 out of 18 greens today, and the two I didn't hit were on the fringe. On 18, I spun it off the green, kind of and it was like right in the rough. So, but I still putted it, and that was probably a mistake. But I was striping it today. Striping it.
What's crazy is your best putter is still your wedge.
My wedge. Those Bettinardi wedges, I really roll them well. Okay. We can move on now. I just want to talk about my golf round because it was very exciting.
I'm so jealous.
We didn't bring up on last week how smart I am about the natty. How smart me and Tom are, and you guys are idiots because Zack said
Yeah,
a million
I did.
to 0 Bama.
I did. Hand up.
Tough
What a
one.
loser!
What did I say? How many? I called the score right because I said that Georgia would score as many points as they scored.
Yeah, but you underestimated. You had Bama at 35, and instead they only had 14 or whatever, 13. So yeah, you got half of it right.
Dakota almost had the exact score right, which is pretty impressive. And honestly, both of our scores were right around.
It was right in the middle of our score guesses, because what was it, like 33 to 16 or something final, and I said like 30-13, you said like 35-17 or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm trying to entice Dakota to go to the headquarters, to JOMBOY headquarters, to sit with the boys during the playoffs, to help them out with a little draft. Fun.
I am in no way a guru. Like, I pull shit out of my ass. Zack needs to go. Zack lives within driving range. I've flown enough.
I'm not going to be around though. I talked to Jake the other day. I'm not going to be around.
Oh yeah, we already talked about it because I said I'd go if you'd go.
Can I talk?
If Zack would go, I would have went, because I would have went to his house on like Friday and hung out with him all weekend. But
Sounds cool. You guys should do it.
well, he's got other he's wifed up, so guy's busy. That's literally is 100%. That's why we can't. So it's on him. It's on Shouty.
Saudi.
Should we get to the interview, Ian?
Let's go to the interview. Frank the Tank interview is brought to you by Parse Rum. I love Parse. You love Parse. This whole thing
Rum.
is brought to you by Parse.
Rum.
Let's get Frank the Tank on the pod. Here we are with Frank the Tank. Finally got Frank on the pod.
How we doing?
Frank, how are you?
I'm awesome. How about yourself? Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Frank, we were just talking for a minute. You said you're just freezing. It was 8 degrees when you woke up today.
Yeah, yesterday. Today was not much better, but a couple snow flurries. But yeah, not much to do out here. Ready
Just
to get to
gross.
Arizona.
Yeah, everybody's getting the itch now because it's just too cold.
Where are you
Absolutely.
at, Frank?
New Jersey.
Oh, I got you.
So not ideal right now.
No, I'm in Michigan, and it's not much better. So
Even worse. Yeah.
Let's start.
Frank, you had a baby, right? Was it last year?
Yeah, he just turned 1 2 weeks ago. So we're having a blast with him this off season.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's happy to have me home. Oh yeah.
I was going to say that makes the off season in the cold a little bit more bearable, I should say.
Oh yeah, he's keeping us entertained, even if we're in the house all day today. But no, he's a good time.
Frank, we need to talk about your show Summer.
Oh boy.
About just hitting lasers every single time. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
I
This
appreciate
dude
it.
is on the barrel every single time. We would talk about it. We would come on the pod before we would start. The three of us would be like, this guy doesn't miss a barrel all summer. It's unbelievable. Let's start by talking about your road to the show, because it was definitely not linear. And like we played against you in 19 in triple ball, and you were hitting bolts. You hit like 30 that year before you hurt your shoulder, right? Just talk about like
I was, yeah, something like that.
talk about that, like coming up, being stuck behind Haas in Kansas City, like that road.
I mean, definitely not easy. Obviously, awesome to have the opportunity over there, but 18th round pick. I think I hit 300 in rookie ball, and then they moved me to low A when all the other boys were going in high A. So I was stuck there with the young kids again. I was all-star that next year. I got like 2 weeks in high A the end of that year, then go back to high A, then double A 3 years, triple A 3 years, and here we go.
Well, it's crazy too because you raked in AAA. Like
Yeah,
I remember we played you guys, and it was like this guy's in the middle of the order hitting 320 with 25 bombs, and I'm like, why is he here? Like he shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a couple good years there. Yeah, I was the organizational player of the year the 1 year, and then go right back and was player of the year the next year. And then sure enough, I was opening day starter, and then didn't play for a week, and then I was like the lefty, hit against the lefty specialist. So it's not the ideal situation. Obviously, like happy to get a couple ABs, but I think Happer can attest to, and Zack over there. I mean, you play once a week, it's hitting's hard enough, and then you throw that in the mix, and good luck.
Frank was raking at the alt site, and we were all looking around like, what the fuck is this guy doing here?
Dude, I remember asking you during the year this year, I was like, well, was 19 your best year in the minor leagues? You're like, no. Like you hit like 40 doubles in 18 with 20 pumps. Like you raked your entire career.
I guess. I mean, I always had
not
an
you
aggressive
guess.
approach, and
Numbers don't lie, brother.
They don't lie.
I just like to hit, but I don't know. Now, tried to put it all together, and it worked out. Just getting some, consistent playing time. So I was happy.
Just how nice was it? Like when this, you get called up right after the deadline, and just to know that you were going to be rolled out there and go play every single day. Like how freeing was that for you?
Oh, it was awesome because even when my first series up, I got one at bat because, Wiz was hitting bombs and he was playing first every day. So I was like, oh, you know what? Obviously, like I said, happy to be up there. But, I was thinking it was going to be a similar situation, come off the bench, hit lefties. And then once Skip, he's like, no, you're our guy. We're going to, you're going to go out there and play first every day. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, here we go. And then just that mindset of, not having to look at the lineup card each day was just made it that much easier.
I think it was pretty cool when I was up with the Tigers, and even in AAA too, because you knew a bunch of the guys there from the year before. I paid decent attention to the Cubs, just knowing a few guys over there, and I would be like bringing in the scouting report from Frank's day the day before. We're like, bro, Frank, 3 knocks, like 3 barrels all over the place. And our hitting coach, Mike Hessman, was just like, Joe, do you see Frankie yesterday? I'm like, fuck yeah, the dude cannot get out.
Oh man, that was awesome. Hess would text me from time to time, and I think he helped me a lot just being with the Tigers for that short time. But no, it was cool having it, all the boys follow along and kind of enjoy it with me.
So sick.
It is. It's amazing how much that mindset, that freedom of being able to play every day can change the way you go about your business. It's tough being out there. Like you said, those at bats when you're getting them once a week, but it's tough when you know that you have 1 or 2 days where you're not feeling so good. Somebody else comes in and starts playing. Like that's the toughest thing I think that we deal with as hitters, trying to get yourself to a place where you play every day. And I just saw that freedom out of you. And then it was like just on the barrel every single day. Hitting behind you was a fucking pleasure. When we were 2-3 for the last month of the year, it's like this dude's hitting a double every time. Son.
No, we had a nice little stretch down the end. You were hot as hell. Duff was swinging it. It was a nice little middle of the lineup there. So
how has off season been any different for you as far as like prep, or like what's your schedule right now?
No, it's pretty much it was funny. We got obviously a couple new guys on the staff, and they were making their calls. And yeah, Brownie called me up. He's like, what do you want to, focus on, kind of work on this off season? And I said, to be honest, I want to do the exact same thing. So my routine's been pretty similar. The work I put in has been pretty similar, and if anything, just working on a little, posture stuff. But other than that, it's same swing and same approach.
How crazy is it coming from, like, you got claimed mid-season and I think you met us in Columbus, and it was a bunch of guys, like, I don't know if you knew anyone on the team even. And it's just like you just show up and it's like, all right, let's go.
I was like, I don't know. That was just a crazy couple weeks, because within those 3 weeks, I was, player of the month in AAA in Vegas to, homer my first AB in Oakland to getting released to.
So they're like, nope, that's not going to cut it. Sorry.
Chilling in Vegas, like with no idea what's going to happen. Claimed by you guys, so I'm pumped. Go to AAA with, the rumors flying around that they're going to make some moves. I think I homer my first at bat with you guys.
You did.
And then I didn't get a hit for like the rest of the time there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I said that before. I think I said that to Shorty. I was like, yeah, he hit a bomb. I was like, he struggled a little bit after that.
I remember we were talking
adjusting.
and I was like, bro, I'm telling you, he fucking rakes. And he was like, you were like, Zach, he's gotten one hit. And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, he rakes. Just shut up and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I was like, I think I blew up pretty much everything I could in the tunnel in Columbus, and then after that week, I kind of reset from there.
That is great tunnel to blow up in too.
Oh yeah, plenty of room, not so many people around.
You can see if somebody's coming too. So if you're gonna throw something, you have the whole hallway.
Yeah, like the one guy working that little entryway, he was looking at me. I'm like, hey, sorry, I needed that. And then, kind of reset, and then, took off from there.
I think they should start really considering that when they're building stadiums, if the tunnel's good for blowups or not. Like, there are some stadiums that are terrifying, like St. Louis, because you go, like, the steps are straight down to where the bat rack is. Guys will sometimes throw a helmet, or I've seen a bat go down there. And like you could take somebody's head off really quick.
Oh yeah, people turning the corner. You don't see that. And then Wrigley, you got almost no room to blow up in the dugout. So there's a couple places that are dangerous. I mean, it's a good thing, but keep the composure a little better. But sometimes you need that let off some steam.
Dude, the new configuration at Wrigley is brutal for blow ups. If you're gonna get upset after you come off the field, you're gonna hurt somebody.
Oh yeah. Nobody's safe in there.
No. You're not going to hurt somebody at Wrigley. You're going to hurt multiple people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going to be like bowling pins.
There's shrapnel everywhere. What was it? Did you start to get recognized in Chicago towards the end of the year?
Yeah, it was that Labor Day weekend was when everything turned around. It was like the one homer versus the Pirates, and then it was that walk-off, and then it was the grand slam. After that, it was like a 180. It was like complete. I would walk down that street because my buddies were staying on Clark, and I would just kind of like jump in front of those pictures, just messing around. And then like by the end of that Labor Day weekend, it was like, yo, Schwindel, what's good? Like stuff like that. And it was pretty cool because I had a bunch of my buddies out there too, and it's like they were like, this is ridiculous.
I remember
that was like that.
I'm sorry. I remember seeing you at a bar. Was it Murphy's or something down the road? And you're taking pictures with everybody. I'm like, this is fucking incredible.
Well, yeah, I was like, whoa, my buddies. It was like day game. Obviously, every weekend's a day game. So yeah, I'll stop in for one. And then like the first day, a guy checks my IDs. Like, yeah, whatever, knock yourself out. We go to the window, pay for beers. Like it's no big deal. And then day two, the guy kind of double take my ID. People kind of like turn their heads and stuff. And that third or fourth day, it's just like we couldn't even walk in there. Like, all right, we'll see what else is available.
You were doing it right though. You were walking home, hitting Murphy's, doing the whole deal. Like Murphy's that had every day they had a different like Frank the Tank thing on the board.
That was funny. That was a good time. Yeah. A couple in a row, and then I was on a nice little hit streak, and then they changed it. They changed it to Mills or something, and I go 0 for versus the Reds, and I was like, "That's on you guys."
That's messed up. They need to hear about that. They have that board. Yeah. I'm sure most of the fans know, but at Murphy's they have that board out front, and they put like different sayings up every day. And so I posted a hitting coach. He would walk from his apartment to the field, and he would see it every day, and he would take a picture of it. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. I think the best was Frank the Tank is Money in the Bank and like game time 110 or whatever.
That's just fantastic.
But yeah, it just, the people of Chicago made it that much more fun too. Because, I mean, they welcomed me. It wasn't an easy spot to come into, obviously, but I think after a couple weeks, they're like, all right, this guy doesn't suck too bad, and we could live with him for the time being.
And I think it's perfect, like your personality, like just kind of like goofy almost. You know what I mean? Like it's easy for fans to root for you. And then you go out there and hit a grand slam and hit walk. Like the fans love you.
No, it was a lot of fun. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I remember at one point during the summer, you said we were on a stretch of a bunch of games in a row there not at the end, but maybe August to September. And you said you hadn't played that many games in a row at first base in your whole career.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was like 1-1 with the Royals with like first base DH. And then even Vegas, I would ask for a couple DHs here and there just because it was 120 every day. But then I was just like, man, I've been on my feet for, a month straight. But I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I was like, I was losing weight and I wasn't used to it.
I thought that was so great, especially because you came up in the AL, right? So you never
always
never really experienced that, having to be out there every day, the no DH to give you a blow, and like the Royals. Was it you and O'Hearn that were together then for a while and going back and forth? Yeah. So
yeah, it was like 1-1 with us, and then it was me and Cuthbert. He was up and down a little bit, and then we'd be switching 1-1. So that was like those couple of years was good players, but
you guys had a disgusting lineup, disgusting. In 18, when I came and Soler was rehabbing. When I came up, when we played you guys in AAA in 18, Soler was rehabbing. You were hitting like right behind him. I was like, I mean, what's going on right now?
Oh, yeah. That wasn't too fair for many opposing pitchers. I think year.
Nicky Lopez was still there. Like it was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was leading off, hitting 400 like usual, and that was a good lineup.
It's unbelievable.
It was good. Yeah, it was pretty good in 19 too. It was like OKC and you guys just bopping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially when the wind's blowing in the good direction in Omaha. That was dangerous.
Omaha is not a place you ever, and it's always blowing out. We played there this year, and I said to some guy, he's like, yeah, the wind's been blowing out. I go, it's never not blown out when I've came here. I swear every single time it's gusts straight.
Yeah, there's some good days to hit there.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Frank,
that's funny.
What was your favorite stadium you played in this year?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I think it was a little biased. Philly was a lot of fun for me. It was a good park, good hitters park. I think I had 70 people there come down, and then
tell that story? Can you talk about how many fans you had? It was incredible. It was crazy.
It was wild. I think we had at least the one full section behind the dugout, and then I was expecting like an easy 0 for 4 that game. I was just like, all right, let's get these guys get these guys out of here, and they'll enjoy seeing a big league game or whatever. But I think I doubled the first AB and then homered the next one maybe. And then I was just like, the rest is all right. That's what they came for, and they saw something cool. Now I can just relax.
They were too.
Oh yeah, but I touched home plate there, and I like pointed out to everybody, and they were just going nuts. It was pretty wild.
That was so cool.
Sick.
So yeah, I mean that's a little biased, but I think that was the most fun I had playing. Good hitters park. They had the cheesesteaks down below. It's tough to beat that.
Ooh, those cheesesteaks are money. In the clubhouse in Philly, the chefs there make a mean cheesesteak.
Oh yeah, very good.
Were you an everyday cheesesteak guy?
No, I was. I had to be. I'm usually stomach friendly foods before the game, just so I'm not dying the whole time. But I had to do one, and it was I had them prep it to be ready for post game. So I did it the smart way, I think.
Very, very pro.
I appreciate that.
Did you play where was it? It was somewhere in this year. They have like hot dogs. The club makes hot dogs or something. I forget.
Oh, that was Indy.
That's what it was. Indy, yeah.
Oh,
I forget what he called them.
What do they call
the
them?
crock dogs.
What crock dogs? Yeah.
Yes.
That was
he cooks them in a crock pot, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
They swear they got knocks in them.
And Hessman, he said he guaranteed homers in them. So I didn't do it the first day. I was like, man, I can't eat that before the game. And he's just like, dude, I'm telling you, I promise. I had a hot dog, and then I'm burping it up, indigestion, the whole fucking pregame, whatever. And then like blooper my first AB. I'm like, all right, it's a hit, and then homer my next one, Oppo in Indy, which is like a shot, and I was like, all right, I'm sold. And then the next game I hit one almost out of the stadium to left, and I'm like, all right, I'm fully sold on the crock dogs.
Give me all the crock dogs.
I think we broke a record that
shipped
time.
in.
I think we might need them, but we broke a record. We went through 3 racks of buns, so it's like, I mean, that's probably 12 to 24, depending on the pack, and our team was just burning through them.
Dude, I need to get some of those fucking dogs shipped to Wrigley in the summer. Let's go.
Seriously, yeah, they'll do them up the Chicago style, whatever.
That's absolutely incredible.
That was funny.
Ian, you know who would pound the crock dogs? Swarmer. Swarmer would sit in there and just pound like 3 crock dogs before the game. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop eating them.
And then wear cleats into the dugout.
And then he'd just go sit on the bench and watch the game because he's a starter. So he could just eat all the hot dogs he wanted.
Quick Schwarmer question. Funny. Is he still wearing cleats during the game?
During the game? In the dugout? No, I don't think so.
Because in 19, he would wear cleats.
He would tell him to. PV would tell him to because PV, I mean, PV likes to fuck around. Like PV would probably just be like, yeah, put your cleats on. You might have to hit. You never know.
Just in case.
Just in case. Run.
That's funny.
That's another hilarious thing, Frank, that you came to the Cubs and like your first team, your manager is Marty Peavy, who's just an absolute character.
Oh, he was awesome. I played against you guys enough. I think one of the stats was I had over 150 at-bats against the Iowa Cubs. And then
that's insane.
He was the manager in the AAA All-Star game. So he threw BP when I won that like hitting challenge, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, so he's a great dude. So it'll be good to play for him. And then it made it, transition a little better, just being familiar with him.
Good.
You were only with us for like a week.
4-seamers out of PV. Nice, firm, over the top.
Yeah, get it ready.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Spin right.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that skirt down, son.
Yeah.
Heck, how long were you guys together?
Just when I got traded at the alternate site for the last month or so, 3 weeks.
Yeah, so every day grinding it out at Toledo.
So like I came in there with like a fresh attitude. I was like, oh man, I haven't played baseball. This is great. And I get down there and there's 25 guys who are literally itching to go home. Like nobody's really going up and down. They're just like, dude, this is the fucking worst thing ever. And I'm like, come on, guys, let's have some fun. Let's go play some ball.
I love ball.
I was so bad too. And I like towards the end, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. And they were just like, now you see what we were dealing with for the last 2 months.
It was a tough time.
We were playing 5-on-5, and we had like our clubby in left, our hitting coordinator at second base.
That's what we were doing.
Hess was playing first base for both teams.
Yeah.
Until he blew his meniscus. He was balling a little too hard. And then, it was just tough, and then we were expected to still like run balls out and, getting in the game mindset. So that was a grind, but the first half was a great time. Then it got a little old, but I think it was good to meet a bunch of people.
Yeah. And Frank and I kind of got talking because he was from Jersey and then we was talking about golf. So it kind of was, we were just talking about golf and that got my ear ready. Learned he was from Jersey kind of in the area. And then we were just, I realized that they were all sick of being there and we just talked about golf every single day in the locker room.
Absolutely. Help us get through it.
How many times did you ask him about his swing and about hitting?
Not too much, just because I truly knew that everybody in that locker room wanted nothing to do with playing baseball at that point when I got there.
Oh yeah. But
at home and you were dying to go play baseball. You were
dude.
Like that's all you wanted in life.
I know.
Frank,
so you probably showed up and everybody's been doing the same shit Groundhog's Day for a week,
right?
Or for a month. You show up and you're like, yeah, guys.
We had the fake noise too, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And they were probably having nightmares about it, just of how annoying and obnoxious it was.
Oh yeah.
Closing their eyes to go to sleep and still hearing the background crowd noise.
Hang on, I'm gonna stop this right now, really quick.
Ian, you don't have to stop it. You don't have to stop it. They're just gonna kick a field goal and win the game. If that's what you're talking about.
Yes, that's exactly. The Rams and Bucks game is the craziest thing in sports right now.
Can you pay attention to this interview we're doing with Frank?
Yeah, we are. It was the end of a sentence.
I think we should leave this in. I think this should all just stay in the episode, just so
This
people
is
know
good.
how checked out Zach is.
What's
I'm
the
not
score?
checked out.
The
You're not checked
Rams
out.
just-
You made us pause the podcast to watch football. That's
Hey,
The-
Tom,
the
I haven't heard any of your questions.
The Rams just won on a field goal.
All right.
Last second field goal.
Pretty crazy.
After
game.
letting Tom Brady come all the way back. And then
Can I ask
Sorry.
Frank one more question before we let him go?
What do you got?
Frank, what are you this is a loaded question. What are you most excited for this summer at Wrigley Field? But
This
about
summer?
Chicago, not about the Cubs, more about like Chicago, because you got to experience like month and a half, 2 months of Chicago.
probably
Yeah,
not the
you're gonna
cold.
you're
He's
gonna
probably
get
not
to
looking
be
forward to
there.
the cold in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, well,
I know that one sucks.
that's gonna be a toughie. But you're gonna get to have like the whole summer. You're gonna get to do like everything Chicago. What are you most excited for?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm excited to, hopefully win some more ball games. That'll be nice. I think we're heading in the right direction.
That's a good.
I think the fans.
that's
the
a company.
fans are awesome.
Company guy right there. Starting with win ball games. Appreciate that.
But no, I was out in Chicago last week for a couple events, and the fans were just so awesome. So I just can't wait to get back out there to, just to interact with them, and we had a good time, and I don't know, it was just so fun to be a part of. So I just can't wait to get back out there.
Can I say to Frank that by far the number one most requested guest since it's been mentioned has been Frank, like overwhelming our social media channels. We were just getting people after people because then we promised Frank and it took a couple weeks. People were like, where's Frank? Where's Frank?
Oh boy.
So now we got you. So everyone's going to be happy, but there's a lot of Frank support out there in Cub Nation right now, I'd say.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
The Cubbies absolutely love Frank the Tank. They can't get enough. I can't wait to see all the Frank the Tank merchandise that's going to be floating around Wrigley.
It's going to be all over the place.
Oh, there's going to be shirts with your face just right on the chest.
Can't wait.
Appreciate it, man. We'll check in again maybe during spring training. Do another one of these. It'll be great.
Sounds good. I appreciate it,
man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Frank.
Anytime. Hey, good to hear from you guys.
See you, brother.
Later, Frank.
Have a good one.
That was Frank the Tank. He's fantastic, huh? Just a delight of a human.
I felt bad. I felt bad when I said he was goofy. I was like, you're kind of goofy, right, Frank? Like, you're just a goofy guy. Like, I meant that in like an endearing way, like in a very nice way.
He would be the first to admit it that he's goofy.
Yeah, but I didn't want it to sound like rude. I was like, no, like in a good way, you're goofy.
This is what we do here. We bring on guests and then Dakota rips them.
Dakota didn't bring up. Dakota could have brought up that he struck to Frank out in his only at bat. He kept that for us. He just said that after.
I figured there was no possible way for me to bring that up and say it sounding like I was tasting. So I was like, I'll just in the back.
Oh no.
But I do remember when we went to play 15 and he was hitting.
Oh no.
The Wi-Fi's back.
No, not that Dakota sketchy Wi-Fi. I can't laugh as hard as I laughed last time. I can't do it.
Just keep going then. Keep going.
I want to talk about one thing before we get to screen time and let the people go. Okay. I texted Tom. This is what I do during the week. I text Tom one thing that fires me up that I want to talk about. And then he didn't actually remind me. I went and looked at it because I knew there was something I texted him that I got fired up about. And when we were talking about, it reminded me when we were talking to Frank about 2020. I think people forget in 2020 when everything went down and like minor league guys weren't getting paid and nobody's getting paid. Minor league guys were struggling. Team employees were getting fired left and right. Do you remember all the nice things that players did for like team staff and minor league guys? Like, is that crazy? Am I crazy to think that like players went out of their way? A bunch of guys did really cool things where they like paid minor league salaries or they, did stuff for employees of the teams that were laid off. Meanwhile, like the teams are just slaughtering people left and right.
I think it's pretty cool, and it kind of shows the kind of people that baseball has.
I was just thinking about that as we were going through stuff during the week, like lockout stuff. And just thinking about like when baseball wasn't around in 2020, the players were the ones that stepped up and like took care of the people around the game that make this thing work. And I just want to say shout out to players for being awesome.
This I'm scared to talk because of my connection.
You're good.
Is it good or no?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. That sounds like an MLBPA rep trying to,
I was going to say
get some people on the player side around.
I was going to say I know where this is going. So I'm
good business.
I'm going to tread lightly, but I agree.
That's just a good businessman move.
Sometimes you just get fired up. And I got fired up this week and I sent Tom a text. I didn't want to forget about it.
Ian, do you have an update for the people on the lockout?
I think everybody knows that there's a meeting in the works for Monday. So that was already leaked by other reporters.
That'll happen by the time this comes out.
Yeah, it'll happen by the time this comes out. There's a meeting Monday, meeting of the minds.
So yeah, we got a deal done. Nice. Congrats. You did it. There's a deal done. Good job, guys. We predicted the future. Deal's done. We'll Season's on time. We're all good.
I would say that we will see how it goes and what the reaction is. But meetings are positive. They're steps in the right direction. The last meeting wasn't great. Maybe this one will be better.
That's the thing that's scary is like spring's supposed to start pretty soon. And with only 2 meetings now that happened. And it's like how far off that the reports have said that we are. It's like, I feel like it's going to take a while for something to kind of move.
The pace, the pace of the meetings. I don't think anybody is happy with the pace.
It's not like when if we give something back or our proposal back, they're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Yeah.
Deal.
I think that's like from the player side. It's like we waited. How about we wait 2 months to get a proposal back from them? We got one back in a week. If they take any more than a week to get one back to us, they're freaking stalling. So it's just like, we always want to get it back quicker than they're getting them to us. But we're trying to keep the pace up and let's keep this momentum.
Let's just get in a room and hash this thing out. We don't need to send deals back and forth. Let's just hash this out, man to man.
I think they will be in person tomorrow.
I think it is in Manhattan. I think it's in person.
Yeah.
Ian, you're not flying in for it?
Just small group meeting tomorrow.
Can I ask Dakota if, as a pitcher, right? Because hitters, it's a little different. You guys ramp up during spring training, but pitchers, obviously, that's a little bit longer of a runway, especially starters. Mm-hmm. I know you're not a starter, so I don't know how well you can speak to this, but like, how much does it affect not knowing if spring is going to start on time, like for pitchers getting ready?
I think for this year, it's not anything like too weird because it should be generally around February still. Like, I feel like obviously, like you said, for a starter, it's more complicated because they got to build up, but it's not near as extreme as like the COVID year in 2020. That was literally like do you throw? Do you keep throwing? Like, do you throw bullpens? Do you do anything? Or do you just kind of sit and wait? So it's really, I'm just preparing for everything to be on time and then just adjust as things play out.
Yeah. I also think like the idea, not saying this is what anyone's thinking, but the idea that if they say jump on, if they're like, all right, yeah, we'll get something done mid-March, that guys are going to be come in and be ready to just get the season started on time. It's just not going to happen. So it's just like, from that perspective, guys get their best work and like the most work from a volume standpoint in spring training, when everybody's there, when all the coaches are there, all the players, like you need all those bodies in one place to get the work done. So if that's the idea that like, oh no, we can do a 3-week spring training, we cannot. We need all the time.
Right. And that's what I mean, where it's like, even if this doesn't, like, again, we feel like there's not much traction right now. And it's like, you kind of have to put some emphasis on the time aspect of this, because again, it's going to take a little bit for guys to get ramped up, to get guys there to pass the physicals, the quarantine. I'm assuming, it's going to be a little while, which sucks.
Because minor league dates are like, it's like 4 days between when you get there and when stuff starts for intake. So
right.
I think we can assume that ittle be similar to that.
And you got to do physicals and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't start participating.
It takes a little while.
Yeah. Until you get that stuff done. Anything that we need to talk about before we do screen time? Any other worldly things that are happening?
Worldly things. I did me and my friends did a New Haven, Connecticut pizza tour today. which is like the pretty famous pizza.
Joe's.
Frank
Who's that?
Pepe is the big one.
Pepe, Sally's, Modern, Zupardi's.
It's overrated. New York's better.
I agree.
Your favorite?
I agree. It's a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie,
shit,
but I
Tom.
think people who don't have the luxury of New York and Northeast pizza, I think they should really get a taste of it.
Did you have a favorite?
Grimaldi's?
I liked Modern.
Did they have Grimaldi's?
No, they didn't have Grimaldi's.
What the hell? Those places stink then.
Trash.
Yeah, that's what's going on in my world.
Yeah, that's super exciting, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You're playing golf. I'm trying pizza places.
You guys need to see this new putter. It's unbelievable.
You have 8 putters at least.
Yeah. It's called being an ambassador. Can we do?
Must be nice.
For
Can
what?
we do-
Putting? You're the ambassador of putting?
Yeah, I'm the Bettinardi.
Ever heard of it?
Ever heard of it? I'm the ambassador for their putters and their wedges. Okay, I roll the rock. Can we do screen time, guys?
4 hours and 52 minutes.
Cap.
Tom, I don't know if you ever put yourself on the video, but you're wearing a nice sweatshirt today. I told you that earlier.
I didn't know I was going to say this to you guys, but when we change the design, I am going to be in the bottom right corner now. So if you're watching,
Like
on
B-
YouTube,
like
you'll be able to
BBD?
see me. Yes, like that.
Shout out BBD.
Shout out Parse Rum for the redesign.
Hey.
Yep.
233 for your boy.
Shut up.
He golfed.
513.
See you later. Last
Tom?
place.
Hang on. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tom,
That's what I thought.
You know, it was a busy day. Moving on.
Tom,
What was it? Double digits?
No, it's not double digits now.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's where I
have
start
to
to
say
get
your
worried.
screen
Like,
time.
if you get to double digits, I'm actually like, just be with people. Like, put it down for a little while. Am I losing connection again?
No, you're good. Tom, I'm waiting for your screen time.
8:39.
Wow.
Hey, it's Sunday.
It's only 6 o'clock. It's only
Yeah,
6:30.
it's a pretty early
There's
recording.
still
too.
like a lot of hours
Can
left.
you imagine if we did our normal like 9, 10? Shit.
Yikes.
That's
95, Zach's
Oh.
birthday.
Yep.
episode 95.
Tom
I think
Brady
we're gonna
lost.
start-
What a
I think
shame.
I think we're gonna start having more guests because
Do you think
I
so?
think we're
Ian?
gonna start having more guests.
You know
Because
why
Tom-
I
this
think we
whole
are?
thing-
Because Tom will remind you. So then we
Tom's
actually
gonna
will.
remind me. I'm trying to think who I'm gonna text for this week. I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
I can text Robbie Grossman if needed.
You say that every time, but it's
Because
like, are you actually
we
gonna do it?
forget and you're like, no, I'm going to get somebody else.
Well, do you want Tom to text you on Tuesday to remind you to text?
I'll text
Robbie?
him right now and say, hey, lock it in for whatever date.
Okay, let's do Robbie next week.
Okay, I'll text him. Hopefully he's around.
But don't forget, if you forget to text him and we don't have a guest, I'm gonna be pissed.
Hey, Ian, don't yell at me. I'll get it done.
What?
I have faith in you, man. I believe
All right.
you, Zach.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's episode 95. I can't listen to you guys. It's episode 95
Rum.
of the Compound Podcast, brought to you by Parse Rum. I love Parse. You love Parse. Parse.
Rum.
Wait, real quick about
Rum.
Parse. I want to say something about Parse.
Rum.
We're gonna
Give it to
start
us.
saying. We're gonna start talking about the places that it's available. Okay, we're gonna start talking about it. In Illinois, it's Benny's. We're gonna start talking about the other places because it's in Florida, it's in Texas, it's in New York. It's
I don't believe it's in
Specs,
Michigan.
Total Wine in Texas. It's in Total Wine in Florida, and it's in liquor stores in New York and Colorado. Okay,
Where in New York is it?
What's the rules in New York? There are little liquor stores. There's no like big.
There's no rules.
What? Do you guys have like state stores? Do you have state liquor stores like PA does?
You can have a private liquor store. There's no like state owned. It's not like Virginia or one of those states.
Okay, well, you can find it in the liquor stores. I don't know. I'll find out for the people in New
I
York.
got it right here.
Why isn't there a bottle of Parse in the office?
This is the first I've ever heard.
What are we doing, Tom?
I thought it was only in New Jersey. I looked it up
It's in
one
New-
time. And
it's in New York.
Bullshit, Tom.
It's at Benny's in Illinois. It's a Total Wine in Florida. It's a Total Wine in Specs in Texas. Clean it up.
Well, name the store it's in New York, and I'll go. I'll get on
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
subway.
find out. I'm gonna find out and
All
tell you
right,
next
then
week.
Don't yell at me
Okay.
that we don't have it if I don't know where it is. You just want me to go around New York. It's a big place. Can't go to every liquor store.
Episode 95 of the Compound Podcast, brought to you by Parse Rum. See you next week, probably with Robbie Grossman if Zack can get it together.